In this video, we will be discussing a library that allows you to introduce your app to their users, and you can actually show or describe the functionality of each and every button as they get introduced to the app for the first time. I'm sure you must have seen this in a lot of good apps out there. So the first one is this. As you can see, let's say there are three buttons that you want to introduce to your users. So as they get to see the first screen, there is this spotlight which comes on this button, and then if they click on somewhere outside, then second button is spotlighted and there is this description given, and similarly the third one also appears, and after that there is the user actually starts seeing the all the three buttons in one go, right? So of course you can have other options here as well, wherein you can put a skip intro, which you must have seen in such apps, right? So now let's discuss this further, how to actually do coding for this. But before that, let me introduce you to the coder behind this. The coder is Taku Semba. I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly. You have the Taku Semba. This person is from Tokyo, Japan, and they have worked on a lot of libraries here, and I'm sure you can check them out in case you are interested in these libraries. So now let's go to our Android Studio and see how to actually make this happen. First things first, you have to introduce the library to your Gradle, and for that I've done implementation github dot the name of the library here. This is the latest version that is available as of now. When you are using this library, you might want to check out the latest version. After that, there is nothing much which you need to do to use this library. It's actually, the library has been designed with a very keeping it very simple, and it's actually a very fine-tuned library, I must say. What you need to do is, for example, I have used three buttons, as you saw it there, right? There were three buttons. So first you need to do is you need to have three views here for the three buttons, and couple of variables here, loc 1 2 3 4, as in six variables have been used to actually detect the location of these views. I will explain this working with to you like this. The first thing which you need to do is you need to first create the targets where the spotlight has to be thrown, right? And for that there is a method in the library, which is, sorry, not a method, there's a class which is called as simple target, and the simple target allows you to create objects like this, and you can set point here loc11. loc11 is nothing but the location of the first view, and how you can find that out is, as you can see, I have defined float variables here, and these float variables are actually picking up the location of the buttons. I have used or rather overridden a method which is called as on window focus changed. This basically is called whenever the window focus changes, which happens for the first time when the user sees the app. And here we are getting the locations of these three views, v1 v2 v3, other three views, basically the three buttons, and we are finally getting the locations here by calling get width and dividing it by 2, because we want the center point for both width and height. I'm sure you must have figured it out by now what exactly is being done here. We are basically finding the x and y coordinates for all the views. This is some logging that I did because I was testing the app. And finally, because this method gets called after on create, we are calling another method create targets and start spotlight. So first we will see what is create targets. Create targets is here. Yeah, so here is create targets. You create a target like this, set point, and now you know what is loc1 and 1 2. Then set shape, we used circle here, and we give them the width of this view itself, and then the title can be given, description can be given, and you can also do a lot of stuff here. You can do something here when the animation for the spotlight starts and when it ends. So there is a lot of scope here which has been kept for the developers by the creator of this library. Then you have simple target tool, because we had three views, we have three targets which have been created. And finally we start the spotlight by calling the method start spotlight. This is also pretty straightforward method. You set overlay color, the background has been used here, and then there's a duration that you can put, and then you just have to set the targets here, simple target 1, 2 and 3. And then I have kept this as true, which basically means that if the user clicks on any place outside the spotlight, then the spotlight will get closed and it will proceed to the next spotlight, right? And this is how you saw those toast messages which you saw while the demo was on, right? So that's about this app. There's nothing much to it, as in it's a very straightforward app, a straightforward library, a beautiful implementation of how libraries should be designed and how you can use them in your own apps. Do let me know if you have any doubts. Otherwise you can also go to the GitHub page of Takusemba, and we have the entire implementation here, but it's in Kotlin. So if you are aware about Kotlin, you can use this implementation as well. Alright, thanks a lot, and subscribe to the channel and let me know if you have any library that you would like me to discuss. Take care, bye bye.